Picture, if you will, peanut butter and jelly, macaroni and cheese, if you like macaroni or cheese, Sam and Frodo, Frog and Toad. What am I talking about? I'm talking about great pairings. And I would say near the top of that list, we should put the pairing of Paizo and Humble Bundle. Paizo has another great Humble Bundle available right now for the next 14 days as of the recording of this video. And we're going to take a look at what's being offered for a very small price. So let's roll. Hey friends, I'm Brian at Jacoby. Today we're going to take a look at the latest Humble Bundle offer with content from Paizo. I love that Paizo publishes their rule systems for free. You can go to Archives of Nethys to get access to it. It's available in a fair number of other places through Path Builder if you are looking for a great character management system that basically has all of the various character options that you would want to play a character in a Pathfinder game. But Paizo also makes their content available, not just their rule books, but also adventure paths and other resources, as you'll see in a moment. They make them available through Humble Bundle offerings fairly regularly. And I love this because while I do collect a fair amount of Paizo content and their source books and things like that, I purchase them because I want to support what Paizo does. But this gives access to other people who might not be collecting it, who may not be financially capable of purchasing a wide number of source books and things. You can get access to it for a small amount of money. So let's flip the screen around here. We'll go to my browser. Boodly-doop. Here we go. So the link to this Humble Bundle will be in the video description down below. But $30 is your financial outlay for 72 items. There it is. $30, 72 items. What do you get for that $30? Well, my friends, let me tell you. You're going to get access to the Pathfinder Remastered Game Master Core, Bestiary 2. Let's see, what other source books do we have in here? Lost Omens, Monsters of Myth, Lost Omens, Pathfinder Society Guide, doodly-doodly-doop. I think we get, the player core. So this is the remaster player core, which I hadn't purchased before. So it's nice that it's part of this bundle. The Lost Omens World Guide, Lost Omens Character Guide, Lost Omens Ancestry Guide. Let's see, I think was there another source book in here? The remastered Game Master screen, the remastered beginner box set, character sheets, the Iconics pre-gen. So those are the rule books that you get access to. Let's scroll back up to the top here. In addition to that, so rule books, again, Paizo makes their content available through Archives of Nethys, etc., as I said at the top of this video. So you can get all of that access to all of that for free. But you also, in this Humble Bundle, get access to the Stolen Fate Adventure Path. So this is a 3-book adventure path. You get all 3 of those books, and they also make available the Player's Guide, which is also usually free on their site. You get access to all of Season 3 Pathfinder scenarios, Pathfinder Society scenarios. So these are a bunch of adventures that you can run as one-shots, either in Pathfinder, or if you're playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, Tales of the Valiant, whatever, you can harvest ideas. You can take these one-shots, change around some of the mechanics, some of the numbers, things like that, make it appropriate for whatever game system you're running. So you get all of Season 3 Pathfinder Society scenarios. You get flip tiles. So all of these various tiles and battle maps, things like that. Many of these are relevant to the society scenarios that are available in this Humble Bundle. Let's see, what else do we get in here? We get all of the Quest for the Frozen Flame adventure path material. We get some of the Pathfinder quest lines. So again, these are like one-shots that you can run if you have an hour or two. I can't remember what they say. The quests, I think, are usually shorter sessions. But you get 1, 2, 3 of these, where I thought there was a third. Yep, there's the third one. So you get access to all of those. And more battle maps, more tiles that you can use in any game system, obviously. So these aren't limited to Pathfinder. You get all sorts of great material. So these will be delivered in JPEG and PDF when you get them in your downloads folder. So you can throw them into Roll20, into Foundry, whatever virtual tabletop you might be using. Or if you're playing in person, sometimes what I've done is print these things out on a couple of 8.5 by 11 sheets, sometimes tape it together, have it out for your players if you're playing in person. Let's see, what else do we get in here? That covers what we get in here. So we get 2 full adventure paths. We get the entire Season 3 Pathfinder Society adventures. We get the beginner box, which, if you haven't played the beginner box, this is a great way, if you're brand new to being a game master for the Pathfinder mechanics, this is a great way to get your feet wet. If you have brand new people coming into the game, this is a great way to get them introduced to the game. I played through the beginner box set with my kids. They loved it. The only snafu is, if you look at the cover here, we see a green dragon, and if you look at the cover more closely, you see that they're in sort of a mushroom field because of the artwork on the cover. One of my kids knew right away that when they went into a room that had a bunch of mushrooms, they're like, this is where the dragon pops out, isn't it? So it kind of spoiled some of the surprise, but I guess I spoiled some of the surprise right there too. Well, that's how it goes sometimes, right? All right, so you get all of this, $30. $30. Fantastic deal. Even if you're not playing Pathfinder. At the very least, what you can do, flip through the core game master guide. See if there are some hints for how you run games. Maybe this improves some of your game. The adventure paths. Even if you're not going to play this adventure path, flip through it, read through it, and kind of see what's the overarching theme of this. Like, what are some of the plot twists and things like that you can harvest and pull into your own game? Are there some encounters that you can pull directly from these games, either put in your Pathfinder game, your Dungeons and Dragons game, Tales of the Valiant game, whatever it might be? Pathfinder Society Guide. These society guides, if you're not playing Pathfinder Society, that's fine. What it gets into is some of the factions that exist within the Pathfinder Society. So you can maybe harvest some of those ideas for your game world. Are there powers in the world that can be represented through factions systems? This is a great way to, again, pull ideas out of this, even if you're not using it directly with your table. The Hero deck. This is another really great resource. So if you're running in Roll20 or Foundry, again, you can create a deck that has all of the images. And if you have a player, or if you introduce the idea of harrowing into your campaign, now you have all of these resources that you can lay out on the table, kind of create a little spread. So Hero decks are used on one hand as kind of like a tarot deck, like a divining type of resource, where you can put some cards out on a table and like, here's what your future holds. And you can either stack the deck so that you provide the characters with a sense of what is to come, or what is potentially to come, based on whatever campaign you're running, or you can just make it completely random. Have the tarot reading, Hero reading, and use that even as a portent into what's coming in the future. Maybe that creates some plot twists in your campaign that you're running, whether it's a homebrew or a pre-generated or a pre-written module or set of modules, adventure path, whatever you want to call them. So this is another great resource. So much stuff. This is fantastic. Something that I realized during checkout, when I was going through checkout this time in Humble Bundle, I hadn't noticed this before, but you have the ability to adjust your donations. I don't know why I never noticed that. Usually I just hit checkout, pay for my thing, but you can say, the default donation basically for $35 is what it sort of defaults to. So you're spending an extra $5. You can adjust that back down to $30 and still get access to all of this content. But that extra $5 helps to send more money to the publishers who are participating in this, helps send more money to charities, things like that. Down here, you can adjust your donation. So you can say, I want some of the extra money to go to the charity. So in the default donation, only $1.75 is going to comic books for kids. If you're doing this for charitable reasons, maybe you want to adjust this so that now $5.25 goes to this charity. Or you can change it down here. You can go to custom amount. So if we bump this all the way up, we say, I want most of this money to go to comic books for kids. In this case, Paizo doesn't collect anything. Humble Bundle collects the minimum of $10.50 for running their platform, for doing their thing. I want to make sure that Paizo gets a little bit of something. So I might adjust this. I can't remember where I adjusted this. I think it might have been somewhere around here, something like that. So that Paizo sees some benefit from this so that they continue to participate in Humble Bundles. Also, the charities that should be collecting money from this are also getting some money, and it's maybe a little bit more meaningful to them. So go check it out. Again, the link to this Humble Bundle is in the description down below. I think what I might do next, I'm trying to get used to using Foundry as a virtual tabletop. So I think what I'm going to do is maybe the next couple of videos, I'm going to take some of these Pathfinder Society scenarios, set them up in Roll20, set them up in Foundry, and kind of compare and contrast the amount of time that it takes me to do these things. Having access to a couple of one-shots, like already set up in a virtual tabletop, is a great way to make sure that if some of the players at your table have called out sick, which has been happening in my groups a fair bit lately, we haven't been playing as often as we'd like because people are just doing other things. They're doing stuff with their kids, they're doing stuff with family, they're traveling for work, for pleasure, or maybe they're not feeling well, things like that. So we've had to cancel quite a few games. Having a couple of one-shots set up, ready to go in your virtual tabletops, give you access to still be able to play your game, maybe not the main storyline that you're playing, but at least you have something as a fallback. And if you set it up ahead of time, that reduces some of the initial overhead that you're going to have to pay as the game master before you start rolling on that evening. So go check out this Humble Bundle. I can't stress how awesome this is. $30. Even if you're only going to use these map tiles, that's an amazing deal. Even if you're only going to use the Pathfinder Society scenarios as one-offs for your gaming group, amazing deal. Even if you're just going to take these adventure paths, steal ideas from them, amazing deal. In addition to all of the other core resources that you get access to. Go check it out. I can't stress this enough. Again, I think I've said that 2 or 3 times. Links in the description down below. If you like this video, hit like, hit subscribe. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. And until next time, roll well, my friends.